you're committing to a guy who has a lot of injury problems, and you would think they'd at least give him 2 years. The fact that they didn't re-sign them, I know they want to rebuild and all that, but they gave away a lot of good pieces in that deal. You know, the Magic, to me, the Magic made out like bandits, because Iguodala, he's not with the Nuggets, Bynum's not with Philly, and Dwight Howard's not with the Lakers, and they got all this young talent. And I think, everyone was knocking them for getting, the bad end of this deal, but I think they made out like bandits. And now the Sixers, they could have still had Iguodala, they could have still had Vucevic, the center, who had an unbelievable year last year for Orlando, and they could have had Mo Harkless, and then you just add to that this season. I'm just kind of surprised of the moves that Philly's been making. Obviously Charles Barkley came out. He was defending the Sixer, defending you guys, and it's kind of confusing time in Philadelphia.
Think about it. I mean, you make a move to try to get a game-changing player,
right?
And it didn't work out. Now you could go into a lot of different conversations, but until those guys in Orlando start to produce, and it's still up in the air.
Right.
Because, we always sit up and we talk about young talent. Well, we're waiting for those guys to start turning over and producing. And when they start turning over and producing and becoming studs in the league, then we can revisit the conversation and say, yeah, they made out like bandits. But until then, you just don't know.
Right.
You don't know. And I think Philadelphia took a calculated risk and said, hey, we know this guy got injury issues. We feel like if we can get him and he could be somewhat healthy for us, then we got a pretty good chance of being one of the elite teams in the East. And that's the way everybody looked at it. In hindsight, I guess if you had to revisit it and do it all over again, I'm quite sure 70% of the people would do it again.
Yeah.
Nobody had no idea that he wasn't going to be able to play one game.
Yeah.